Let me tell you about a novel that Whatever and myself and little Mickey Jones wrote. 495 comments all in one thread, and I'll tell you what, that is a lot of Mickey derp. So there's a lot to unpack here, so strap in, sit back and relax. And if you have any fluids in your mouth, I advise you to have a cloth handy. Now I'm going to move through these screens fairly quickly, so hover that finger on the pause if you want to assault your brain with the full extent of the Mickey derp.
I'm below you and you're below me at exactly the same time.
Well, I started out talking to Bev and mentioning Starship to try and get his interest. Well, Mickey felt the need to have a pop at me. Mickey, I've spoken to you and Bev a few times, and I would say that I've never made a complete fool of myself. But as Mickey knows, running a dingo mart is demanding, requiring me to work 29 hours a day down at the mart, pay the owner permission to come to work, and when I get home, my dad kills me and dances about on my grave singing hallelujah. I try to tell him that, but he won't believe me. Well, Mickey does have a problem. Well, several in fact. But one is that he sucks at critical thinking. He can never tell when I'm yanking his chain or not. But he is good sport. He is a good sport. Well, this is so funny that Bev and Mickey keep telling me to join them in voice chat. Then remember that I have an exploded mind and they've blocked me. I guess I shouldn't have been correcting them every single day for 11 months. Well, Mickey is not that great with numbers. We think it's his dyscalculia. Case in point, someone misplaced the decimal point. Luckily, Mickey has a job that doesn't need keen math skills. And Mickey has just been reminding us of his superior Ivy League education too. So at this point, Whatever decided to toss his hat into the ring too. Basically, just reiterating the Falcon Heavy facts for Mickey. Now, Mickey instantly goes into one of his favourite attack modes. Now, this is where he tries to divide and conquer by playing one opponent against another. And it never works. Mickey never fails to try it, and it always fails every time he tries it. Interestingly, Mickey right here nails the actual geometry of Bev's rocket problem. But he's so blinded by his own fantasy that he can't see the paradox that he's actually facing. This is, of course, only a paradox on a flat Earth. On a globe Earth, this matches the reality we observe quite well. And we can all see it. Now, Mickey just showed us his fail right there by using supposed. Now these are facts, not supposed at all. Prove the facts wrong, Mickey, then you'll have an argument to make. Selective cognitive veiling. Now this is too funny. It is yet another Bev made-up term. Selective cognitive veiling. It just means your mind won't let your conscious self think about something, and it veils it from your thinking. Then once again I hit Mickey with all the facts laid out logically just for him. He asked me to do this days ago, and that was his way of avoiding answering. He told me to make a claim formally and have it all laid out. So I did, just because I wanted to see him sidestep and make yet another avoidance. Mickey keeps trying the same old straw man. And still he persists. Note that he never tries to show which facts are incorrect, however. And he just lives in his own world here, and he believes he's humiliating us, telling us what we can't understand. Again with the wedgies, Mickey. Really? Now we have Mickey trying out his semantic game, where he sees some insignificant difference, points and loudly proclaims, "Aha, gotcha!" Mickey is certainly going to town on the horizontal or down thing, and Whatever is having none of it, and I'm loving it. Mickey accidentally gets it. Well, for a moment anyway. He doesn't get, however, that the rocket is ascending at supersonic speed, literally. It will go from appearing and being down to horizontal to up in a fraction of a second anyway. Yet another lie by Mickey, and yet another attempted wedgie. What Blue actually said was this. Mickey asked the correct question, and Whatever provided the correct answer. So I guess that is now a yes. Then again, this is Mickey, so I guess he'll just keep strawmanning. He spent days asking me to do this formally, and when I did, he stopped asking, but took absolutely no notice, and now he refuses to do the same when I ask him. I spoon-feed Mickey yet again. I just love that Mickey can identify the problem that the observation is showing. Well, the problem for Flat Earth, that is. The rakes to the face he takes is off the planet. I thought Mickey was a logical genius, and so writing out a debunk should be a snap for him, and yet he avoids it, unsure why. Whatever definitely gets it, and I wonder why Mickey can't. I just love it when Mickey asks a question that he clearly thinks is a gotcha, and yet the answer is super simple, barely an inconvenience. Yup. Yup, Mickey, I agree with whatever. Mickey is doing it again, saying something he thinks is a gotcha, but in fact shows he understands perfectly well. Well, maybe. Mickey, rockets just do this, and this is what we observe. And why is the word live way at the end? Put it where it belongs. Make more sense, please, Mickey. Belief? No, Mickey, these are facts. Ah, I see why Mickey has his panties in a twist. It seems he knows exactly what the Falcon Heavy rocket observation is showing. It's showing that all horizontals are not the same horizontal. Yup, facts, Mickey. Don't strawman the facts. A little bit of maximum snark for Mickey. May as well share the snark around. And every day or so I ask Mickey if he's actually watched the supercut video. And of course he hasn't, and he won't. I keep asking him, which facts will you try to debunk in the debate, Mickey? I guess Mick West gets it, and I guess Mickey won't be allowed to get it, or he will be excommunicated from on the level. So Mickey, where is level? If I want Kenny to point the camera level so he's on the beach looking at the horizon, where does he point the camera? Well, Mickey has no facts, he just makes up his own. There are just glove proofs everywhere we look. No wonder Bev refuses to help out Mickey. Bev won't even try thinking about this rocket.
So I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Wally. That's between you, Mike, and Betty.
Yeah, well reasoned, Mickey, and if the surface were flat, then you're onto a winner. Do you see how this proves that the surface cannot be flat? Oh, not the old elevation profile misunderstanding again, Mickey. Oh, give it a break, mate. Oh, Mickey has gone the little buddy again. And when I keep pressing him for an answer, which point will he dispute, I get nothing in return. Mickey runs away to go back to his perceived winning point about, debate me, Wally. It's hilarious to watch him do this, really. And yes, Mickey actually thinks the ball is impossible, as we in Australia would all fall off. Shakes my head. When I say the rocket is below eye level, or the eye level of the observer, Mickey hears that the rocket is below the observer. Mickey never gets the difference between he never gets the difference, or maybe he believes his own straw man. Now, Mickey definitely suffers from some sort of brain fail. Dyscalculia is the inability to handle numbers or complex maths, and aphantasia is the ability to imagine geometric concepts, which is rather ironic given that one of his key plays is to claim that you are imagining something. And there he goes again, mentioning his education, and then deleting the comment where he bragged. See, what Mickey doesn't get is that I'm conducting an interview of sorts. I would not hire him for my employee because I need people who I can trust to handle hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of other people's money. Now, I do this to see if Mickey is good enough for me to even bother debating. Only on a flat Earth is Bev's rocket paradox an actual paradox. Mickey thinks he's doing damage. He's not even addressing any of the facts that I laid out for him. Now, knowing two locations of the rocket, it is trivial to work backwards and find out where pad 39A is located. It's not that hard. Mickey will just not watch it. Mickey really wants to debate, and he just keeps trying to manipulate. I don't believe I would have admitted to that if I were you, Mickey. That's exactly what I'm asking you to do. Do the maths. Does Mickey think I'm not going to check? Why does he lie like that? And when called out, Mickey just doubles down and lies even more. Mickey certainly likes to keep doing the dirt. I do look forward to the live science gigs, Mickey, taking the lab on the road, doing those groundbreaking discoveries every night for the live audience, speakers and Bunsen burners and spreadsheets. It's gonna be great. So then Mickey tries in vain to make an argument from absurdity. Problem for Mickey is, whatever was right onto it and had the answers. Womp womp, Mickey. More absurd claims from Mickey. I could write a book about the fails of Mickey. So when I do the maths and provide the real world data and show Mickey that the ISS at 400 kilometers up is just visible from Nova Scotia when it's over Florida, he says, the sky is up. Well, at least he knows his limits. Now, Mickey is a child when it comes to understanding the world around him. He makes statements like this that is so easily disproven. Just stand on a mountain and measure the angle down to the sun as it's setting behind the horizon. It's not terribly hard. So there we go again. Mickey tries to prop up his lack of demonstrated intelligence with, but I got a degree from a fancy building and all. Just wow. And this derp followed by the claim that he's winning. Unbelievable. So often we have seen Mickey forgetting that he made up the straw man in the first place, and then he starts to believe it's my position. Now that is a comment typical of the JQ, and the way that he carried on until making a total goose of himself a long time ago, and then he burned that account. It's not hard, Mickey, to take two known positions above the horizon and work backwards and see where the rocket had to be physically. Now Mickey keeps ignoring the indisputable fact that when the rocket was at the horizon, it was also 23 kilometers ASL. Yeah, both Whatever and I have done diagrams. The only one who has not done a diagram is you, Mickey. So you get that this is a paradox, Mickey, but then you don't seem to want to realize that it is only a paradox for flat Earth. And Mickey is serious when he says this too. Ooh, projection much, Mickey. So after all that, Mickey, you have skipped away from the one fact that you can't deny. The rocket is going right in line with the horizon at the same time that it's 23 kilometers above the sea level over at Florida. Why you lie, Mickey? So transparent, Mickey. Yeah, right. That from the guy who's always compensating. Cameraman is looking below horizontal, as in the dip angle, and Rocket Man is looking down to see the beach at around 4 degrees. Problem done, Mickey. So we are all waiting for you to do your diagram now. You really like to make demands, hey Mickey, but do you ever actually do something yourself? Show me what you think is actually happening here. Are you getting the sense that this is a paradox yet, Mickey? Well, it seems on a globe this is super easy, barely an inconvenience. How much higher does Wally 1 need to jump to be higher than Wally 2? Let's see how well Mickey goes with that one. Still waiting for your diagram, Mickey. Well, at least you got the foot level is horizontal part right. So, at this point I realised that the thread was only a few comments from full, so I did the right thing and hurried up and filled it up before Mickey could. Mickey, what would you describe yourself as?
Dishonest person attempting to get over on other people.
Mickey, look mate, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to concede that you indeed have the greater education. You are obviously very fit and of imposing stature. I underestimated you very much. It is obvious that all women want to be with you and that all men want to be you. I should never have said that you have no idea how solar panels work, or how GPS works, or how atmospheric pressure works, or how horizons work, or how rockets work, or how gravity works, or how Starman works. You have my sincerest apologies, Mickey.
I was literally trained by ex-CIA to spot liars. We paid for the CIA to come to our office to train us, to teach us to spot liars. I'm great at it.
Well, thanks guys. I hope you enjoyed this. And Mickey, you know I'm always one step ahead of you, don't you?
Wally was an early adopter of this.
I know. For a while,
He was
wasn't it?
way ahead of everybody else.
Well, that was interesting. I was watching it. You come around here and there should be 3 mil, about 3 mil of material left there. And all of a sudden the bit dropped. And it dropped down 3 mil and went right into the board. And went and ground right through this whole corner. And next thing, I saw the corner fall off. I have no idea why it did that. But I tell you what, it certainly chewed out 3 mil the whole way around without stopping. Interesting.